The quiet kid stayed silent until he exposed something no one dared to speak. King was the kind of kid you barely noticed. He moved through the halls like a shadow, whispering so softly it felt like his words never reached the air. Teachers would lean down just to catch a sentence. He apologized for everything, even when someone else stepped on his foot. It was like he was born whispering sorry to the world. In class projects, he'd mouth ideas no one could hear. On tests, he scribbled sorry at the bottom of the page for no reason at all. By senior year, people assumed he'd taken some kind of vow of silence. Roll call? Just a raised hand. Bullies loved him, because he never fought back, never told anyone. Sorry for being in your way, he'd whisper, as they shoved him aside. Then came that Thursday at lunch. King sat in his usual corner, silent as always, while the principal strolled through the cafeteria. No one noticed him, until his chair crashed against the wall. His face burned red, his whole body trembling, and then he screamed, louder than anyone thought possible. His voice shattered the room, filled with rage and pain. Tears streaked down his face as he hurled words that silenced hundreds of students in an instant. For the first time, the invisible boy was undeniable. He stormed out, leaving the cafeteria frozen, no one daring to move. He didn't come back to school for a week. Whispers spread like wildfire. Some swore he'd finally snapped after years of bullying. Others whispered about family tragedies, even police cars at the school. But the truth that emerged was far darker. During study hall, King had been helping in the special needs classroom, where his cousin with Down syndrome was placed. What he witnessed there was unbearable. The teacher, Mr. Hoffman, treated those children like they weren't even human, shaking them when they cried, locking them in closets, mocking them as vegetables. He denied them bathrooms until they soaked themselves, hit them where bruises would be hidden, twisted their arms until they screamed. Kids who couldn't speak trembled every time he walked near. King tried to stop it. He whispered his concerns to the principal again and again, first with words, then with photos of bruises, then recordings of Hoffman's cruelty. Each time he was dismissed. Each time he was told it was nothing, because Mr. Hoffman was the principal's brother-in-law. And then King saw the bruises on his cousin's arms, deep purple marks left by hands that should never have touched him. That was the moment something inside King broke. Whispering hadn't protected them. Staying small hadn't saved anyone. So he screamed, not for himself, but for the children who couldn't. 2 days later, Mr. Hoffman was arrested. But no one at school ever forgot the day the quietest boy finally raised his voice, and the truth behind the silence.